What is going on, everybody? Nick Alberici back finally with another video, and it's the first one since the Super Bowl I've done. So the week of February 11th. So basically, a little bit over a month. So I haven't done a video. Now that's all over with football season. Now everybody jumps to baseball season. So this is going to be my 2024 MLB season predictions. So we're going to predict standings. Cy Young, MVP, and then we're just gonna do like the standings, like 1 through 5, and I'm gonna do playoff predictions. Obviously, I'll have new predictions when I do second half video in first week in August after the trade deadline or whatever it is. So this is just an early prediction. I'll have the real prediction later. So, hope everybody had a good past months. It kind of actually went fast. Yeah, and then this is my first video in a month, so it's like, wow, that's how fast time goes. Let's move on to it. So today is March 21st, 1 week until opening day. So I decided to do this video today. I was gonna have a couple of my buddies do it, but they couldn't or something like that. So I said, not till later this weekend, so I'm not waiting that long. I want to do it a week before the season starts, so everybody could have a week to watch it. So here we go. So first, we're gonna start with the divisions. We're gonna go American League first, and then National League. So here we go. So I'm gonna name last year how the rankings went and everything. So first, we're gonna start with the American League East. Last year went Baltimore, Tampa, Toronto, the Yankees, and the Red Sox. This, in my opinion, is probably right now the toughest division in baseball to predict, and the toughest division in baseball in general. The Yankees, they got Soto over the all season. They improved their roster with a move like that. I mean, they needed that bat in there just to protect with Judge around them, and because Stanton's not as good as he used to be. Baltimore's still a very young team, and that they're going to be good for years. They have one of the brightest futures in the league. Tampa Bay, they're a solid team as well. Every year they seem to have a knack for pitching every year. They just come up with guys. And then Toronto just has the sticks, but their pitching is a little bit a question mark. They do have Kevin Gausman and Chris Bassett, but I think those guys were flukes last year. Maybe more Bassett than Gausman, but who knows? And then the Red Sox, they're just they're on a competitive rebuild. Like, they're being competitive, but they're really rebuilding. So I'm gonna predict this division. I'm gonna say the Orioles are gonna be in first place here. They won 100 games last year. They might not win 100 this year, but Orioles will be in first. The Yankees can stay healthy. They should be in second. I don't see why not. Tampa Bay will be in third. Toronto will be in fourth. And then Boston will be in last. So it's almost the same as last year. Last year I went Baltimore. Yeah, I just said it. Baltimore, Tampa, Toronto, Yankees, and Red Sox. But I'm just flopping the Rays and the Yankees, and then putting the Blue Jays in fourth and the Rays in third. So it's a tough division to predict. But, the Orioles came around fast in their rebuild. So that's how we're going to predict the American League East. And then we're probably going to go to the worst division in baseball next. This is probably the worst division. Is the AL Central. Here's how it ended last year. It went Twins, Tigers, Guardians, White Sox, Royals. The Twins, they didn't really improve. But, they have some decent players, but they really didn't improve. The Tigers improved a little bit. They did overpay for a couple guys, though. I forget the pitcher they signed. It was they lost Walter Rodriguez, Maeda. They a little bit Kenta Maeda. They overpaid for him. The Guardians, they haven't made a huge move, and I can't remember the last time they signed somebody big. They're the same team, if not worse. The White Sox, what what a disappointment they have been. They're supposed to be one of the top teams in the league, but they never. And in Kansas City improved the rotation big time. So I'm gonna have the Twins in first, obviously. I think it's their division to lose. I'm gonna say the Tigers in second yet again. Then I'm gonna do a change. I'm gonna put the Royals in third. I think their pitching a little bit is gonna help them and proceed the way for them. I like Salvador Perez, the catcher. Bobby Witt's a top 20 player in the league. And they're looking all right. Then I'm gonna take the Guardians in fourth, and then the White Sox in last. So it's basically the same as last year, but I'm putting the White Sox in last, Royals in fourth, and or Royals in fifth, and the Guardians in fourth. So I'm just pushing down the Guardians and White Sox and putting the Royals in the third. Then we're going to go to the AL West. Here's how it ended last year. Houston and the Rangers tied for first place, but Houston won it because of a tiebreaker. The Mariners ended in third, the Angels in fourth, and the Oakland A's in last. So before I'll do another breakdown. Houston, they got Hader. They wanted Snell, but they lost. They didn't get to him, but they got Hader basically back because he was drafted by Houston. They got Hader. They got the same lineup basically. Really didn't sign everybody big on that side. Not that I could remember. The Rangers, they lost Montgomery. He's not coming back. DeGrom's out for the whole year, or he might be back in September. And then Scherzer is going to be out until like June. The Mariners, they traded like Eugenio Suarez, but they didn't really need guys like that. But they're still looking pretty. And the Angels' needs are just a complete mess. And the Angels, losing Ohtani, you knew that. They have Anthony Rendon. What's he gonna do? And then Trout. So here's the standing predictions on this one. I'm gonna take Houston in first because, I just like the rotation better. I feel like the Rangers are just nicked up. So Houston in first, the Rangers in second, Seattle in third, Angels in fourth, A's in last. Yeah, it's gonna be the same way as it was last year. The same exact standings way, in my opinion. I don't see that changing. So there you go. All right, so I'm gonna do 6 teams make it. So here's my predictions for the AL playoff field. Number 1 seed, probably Baltimore. Probably number 1 seed Baltimore. Number 2 seed Houston. Number 3 seed the Twins. And then the 3 wild cards will be the Yankees 1, the Rangers 2, and probably Tampa will squeeze in there at 3. Tampa or Seattle. It's going to be really tough. Really tough. It's going to be a battle between those 2 teams. So yeah, that's your teams. National League. Now we go to I start with the NL East. So we got Atlanta Braves. There's how it ended last year. Braves, Phillies, Marlins, Mets, and Nats. So Atlanta, they got Chris Sale. That was big to get another starter because they needed that. So they got Chris Sale. I mean, he's not the same guy, but he still could do it. So that's really all they really did because their lineup didn't really need to improve. The Phillies, I mean, only the guys they signed was Whit Merrifield. That's all, and they just re-signed Wheeler, and they extended Wheeler and re-signed Nola. The Marlins, they lost Soler. They brought in Tim Anderson. I don't know. The Marlins, the Mets, they try to get better every year. They try, but they just can't do it. You know what I mean? They just and then the Nats, we didn't really improve big time. From the young guys, we signed Joey Gallo, but I don't expect anything big from him. I do have Eddie Rosario. He could make the team, and then I'm expecting James Wood and all those guys to be up later in the year. So here's my standing prediction on the NL East. Braves will be in first. Phillies will be in second. These last three teams are going to be tough because the Marlins are going to just go on a downfall. The Mets are the Mets, and the Nats are improving. Maybe this year I'm going to go like this year just because. But the Mets won't have Senga for a while. It's going to be tough. Bold prediction. Bold. We're going to go Braves, Phillies, Nationals, Marlins, Mets in last place. I'm gonna put the Nats in third because I just feel like if they have the same success they did last year and continue and build on that. If they had a 16-game improvement from the year before, we've won 55 games and 71. It's a 16-game improvement. This year we win more. Think about it. It's gonna be good enough to be at least fourth. But I'm gonna throw the Nats in third. Fuck it, third place, and then Marlins and Mets. That's gonna give you those three teams are gonna go either way. But let me throw the Nats in third. Let me just throw the Nats in third just to see what happens. If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, who cares? And then 2025 is gonna be our year to break out and become what we want to be. NL Central. We have the Brewers, Cubs, Reds, Pirates, Cardinals. How that ended last year. This division is not a tough one to predict this year, but the Brewers, they're without Devin Williams for a while. But other than that, they signed Hoskins. Nothing really big. The Cubs, they resigned Bellinger. Same with them. I don't recall anything major them doing. Cincinnati, they should be improved, but they're still young. The Pirates are the Pirates, and then the Cardinals definitely improved big time. I think last year was an underachieving year for them. So here's my prediction. The Cardinals are going to be in first place. They're going to go worst to first because they just had a bad year last year. I mean, I don't know how that happened, but Cardinals in first, Cubs in second, Milwaukee in third, Reds in fourth, Pirates in last. So, Devin Williams injury hurts them. They traded Corbin Burns. So you can't really sit there and say, they lost two of their best pitchers. One guy they traded and the other guy's out for basically half of the year. So you can't really sit there and say, the Brewers are going to go out and win that division. If they do it, it's because of their offense somehow. And the Brewers have never been really known for offense. So that's how I'm going to predict that division. And then the NL West. We have the Dodgers, D-backs, Padres, Giants, and Rockies. Dodgers, they improved mightily. They signed every guy on the book, if you think of. Arizona, they improved from last year. Their team looks better than what it was when they went to the World Series. The Padres, they lost Soto, but I call them the Japanese team. All they got's Japanese guys on their team. They signed a couple arms in the bullpen. They have Hun-Sun Kim. It's like they have all these guys over there. The Giants, they try to improve. I mean, is it really going to work? To me, I still think the Giants are mid. And then Colorado, and who they didn't get? Jacob Stallings. That was their best offseason acquisition. So, here's my prediction on it. It's going to go Dodgers, Diamondbacks. I'm going to say Dodgers, Diamondbacks, Giants, Padres, Rockies. I think the Giants pitching, I know I make fun of Snell, but I think, and Logan Webb, I make fun of both of them because they're both not even as good as people say. But they are in pitchers' parks. And I think that rotation, those two guys, is better than what the Padres have in Yu Darvish and Musgrove. So that's big. The Giants lineup should be but Matt Chapman they have over there. The other guy, the Lee guy they signed from Japan or wherever the hell they signed him from. And then Jorge Soler. I mean, and their bullpen's a little bit more nastier with Tyler Rogers, the side armor, where his arm looks like it hits the ground. It's crazy. And Camilo Duvall, the closer. So, so that's that. And then the Rockies in last because they're going to be the worst team in the NL, and the A's are the worst team in the AL. So, Colorado is nobody besides an injured Chris Bryant. He's always hurt. I think Ryan McMahon's still with him. I don't even know. Who cares? But, yeah. So, and your playoff teams in the NL will go Braves number 1 seed. And I'm sorry, not number 1 seed. Dodgers number 1 seed. Braves number 2 seed. And then the Cardinals are number 3. And the wild cards will be the Phillies, Arizona, and probably God, it's gonna be a race between the Giants and the Cubs, and even Milwaukee in there too. It's gonna be hard. Either of those 3 teams will be not the Nats yet, unless the Nats play over their heads and fucking just go nuts. But I don't think not the Nats yet. So now I'm gonna get into the play. Now I'm gonna do the playoff. Not who teams are gonna play. I'm just gonna do the World Series predictions, and then I'm gonna do not rookie of the year because that's hard to predict. That manager of the year you can't predict. I'm gonna do Cy Young, and I'm gonna do MVP. So the World Series, I'll take AL. AL is really hard. Who's gonna go, man? It's really tough. I'm gonna say Houston this year. I'll just go just because the Yankees with Cole. You don't know how he's gonna be with the injury. The Twins, nobody in that division's ready yet, and the Orioles are too young, and the Rangers. How often do you see a team go to a World Series back to back? That's where my mindset is. And Houston News last year, they fucked up and they should have won. So I'm gonna say Houston from the AL, and then Dodgers from the NL or Atlanta, but I think the Dodgers will get them. It depends how Yamamoto looks too, because this morning in that Korean game against he looked like shit. He gave up like 5 runs in the first inning. Oh God, it's only 1 start though. But I was never really a fan of him, but it is only 1 start. So it's gonna be Dodgers Astros World Series rematch from 2017. And I think the Dodgers will get them back because that cheating scandal in 2017, and they got robbed, and they'll win this time around. It'll be like a Dodgers in 6. You know what I mean? Like a type of thing like that. So now we'll get to the AL Cy Young winner. Let me actually pull up the odds for that one. Let's go to the odds for that one. So you do AL. I'll just do Cy Young. Cy Young odds. Here we go. All right. Wow. Okay. This is interesting. The AL one is wide open. Kevin Gausman is the favorite plus 550. Framber Valdez is the favorite plus 800, or second favorite plus 800. And then Corbin Burns is plus 800. Scoopable is plus 900. Luis Castillo is plus 1,000. George Kirby is right after that. And Pablo Lopez, Cole Ragens, Grayson Rodriguez, Garrett Cole. This is wow. This is tough to watch. These odds of Gausman being 1, that's laughable. But my money, if I was betting, I would say Framber Valdez would be the Cy Young. So as of right now, I'm just going to take Framber Valdez. But my God, the AL is terrible. Wow, the AL is terrible. I'm just going to take Framber Valdez. When I saw those odds, I was like, man, Pablo Lopez could be another sleeper. But I don't think so yet. But I mean, Houston's got that. Right? They have a good rotation. Verlander's too old. He's starting here on the IL. But wow, that's crazy. And then the NL Cy Young. Wow. So I'll take Valdez. And the NL Cy Young. Strider. These are FanDuel. Strider's plus 400. Wheeler's plus 900. Logan Webb's plus 1,000. Yamamoto is 14-1. Zach Gallen is after that. I'm surprised. Then Max Fried, Glasnow, Snell, Steele. And then Noah Cease. After that we go far. I'm gonna take Strider. I mean, Spencer Strider, he's just dominant. I think he's the best pitcher in the league. Um, and I think the second best pitcher in the league, Zach Gallen. To be honest, I think he should be second on here. But I don't know. I mean, with Cole's hurt, I do understand that. The top three, arguably, it's easy. Is Strider, Gallen, Cole. I mean, any order you want to put them, they're the top three pitchers. I mean, it's easy. It's easy to say. All right, now I'll do MVP. So, Strider and Valdez are my predictions. AL MVP. Judge is the favorite plus 550. Soto is 2 plus 600. And it's a big drop off from there. Yordan Alvarez is 1,000 plus 1,000. Corey Seager's after. Julio Rodriguez, Adley Rutzman, Gunnar Henderson, Bobby Witt could be a wild card one, but maybe not yet. Kyle Tucker, Mike Trout if he can stay healthy, and then Vlad. After that's Jose Ramirez. So, fuck, I'm gonna take Soto. I think Soto's got a big year. His contract year. I think Soto. He's been wanting one. So I'm gonna say Soto is gonna be my AL Cy Young or AL MVP. But Julio Rodriguez and Bobby Wood are decent ones. I mean, I don't think they're gonna win, but as somebody said, let's fuck around and throw a couple bucks on it and hits. Yeah, and then we'll go NL. Acuna is plus 500. Betts is plus 650. Ohtani is plus 750. Tatis is plus 1,000. Freddie Freeman is plus 1,200. Harper's plus 1,300. Matt Olson's after that. Corbin Carroll, Machado, Trey Turner, Austin Riley, L.A. De La Cruz, Lindor, and then Pete Alonso, and then after that's Nolan Arenado, Goldsmith. Who won it last year? Was it Cooney? I'm gonna take Betts this year. I think Mookie's gonna do it. I don't know. I feel like he's got more protection in that lineup now. Mookie is gonna have a ton of runs scored. He's just gonna have a big year. You know what I mean? So my MVPs are gonna be Mookie Betts and Juan Soto. It's really hard to predict, especially on the NL side. Yeah, I mean it's hard. We'll just look at the rookie of year odds for shits and giggles. So let's say. So here's the AL. Jackson Holiday. There's no odds. This is just the favorites. Like they just have. There's odds here, but it's 300. But they're all the same number for some reason. But they have it listed as 1, 2. Jackson Holiday, Evan Carter, Wyatt Langford, Junior Caminero. And then after that, it's got Parker Meadows. So it's either going to be one of those three guys. It's probably going to be Evan Carter if Jackson Holiday's not up all year. So, I mean, Evan Carter's a good player. He's a really good player. And then NL. On the NL, there's 10 guys they have listed. Yamamoto, already off to a good start. Jung-Hoo Lee, the Giants player. Jackson Chirio. Jackson Morrell. Shota Imanga, he's on the Cubs. Michael Bush, Kyle Harrison, Paul Skeens, Mason Wynn, D.L. Hall, Max Meyer, James Wood, Dylan Cruz, and Pete Crow Armstrong. So, Dylan Cruz and James Wood are towards the bottom, but hey, you know what? Imagine James Wood makes the opening day roster and somebody bets that he win a couple $1,000 if he wins that. So there it is. So so that is my MLB season predictions video. I left out manager of the year. It would really be nice if Dave Martinez won it in the NL. If the Nats end in third place and 180 games, he's gonna win it because nobody in the NL ain't gonna give it to Snicker again. If he improves again, Davey, that'd be nice. Dave Martinez deserves. He's a great manager. So, hope everybody enjoyed this video. I wanted to do it under 20 minutes, but 25 is okay. So enjoy this video, Enjoy the regular season. My next video after this, I forgot to mention, I just thought about that. It's going to be post-NFL draft. I'm going to do draft recap and free agency recap. And I'll probably have a couple, maybe people in that video. So look for that video to be out the end of April, beginning of May. Between then. So, and then after that, my next video after that is probably not going to be till midsummer, August. MLB season second half predictions. So I'm just mainly a football guy on this thing, but because baseball you can't predict, it's hard. But we'll figure it out. So hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope everybody enjoys their next months of watching games and sports. Enjoy March Madness as well. I got it on in the background out there. So enjoy it. And I'll see everybody in a couple weeks. All right, guys. Have a good one.